Have you ever thought about whether someone can be both the villain and the hero of their own life? It's a wild idea, right? Well, today we're diving into one of the most incredible stories of transformation ever told, the story of a man named Judah. Okay, just look at this for a second. On one hand, you have a man making a cold, calculated offer to his brothers about their other brother, let's sell him. But then, decades later, you have that exact same man making this desperate, selfless plea, let me remain as your slave. I mean, how can these two statements possibly come from the same person? So that's the real question, isn't it? How do you get from point A to point B? How does a guy who literally traded his brother's life for some pocket change become someone willing to give up his own freedom for another? That's the journey we're going to unpack right now. To really get the man he became, we've got to rewind. We have to take a hard look at the man he was first. And let me tell you, it's not a pretty picture. We're going back to the day it all started. A day of just unbelievable betrayal. You know, what's so chilling about this is that it wasn't a crime of passion. It wasn't some hot-headed, angry outburst. Nope. This was a business decision. Plain and simple. Judah saw his little brother, Joseph, saw a caravan of traders passing by, and just put two and two together. He saw a chance to make a profit. And it was all so methodical. I mean, think about the steps. He spots the traders, he comes up with the plan, and pitches it to his brothers. They count out the 20 pieces of silver. And then, and this is the absolute gut punch, they take their brother's special coat, dip it in animal blood, and show it to their dad, letting him believe his favorite son was ripped to shreds by a wild animal. Every single step was a conscious choice. All right, let's fast forward. We're jumping ahead 22 years. A whole generation has passed. The world is a completely different place, and a crisis is brewing that's going to set the stage for a test Judah never could have seen coming. So this massive famine hits the entire region. I mean, there is no food. People are starving. The only place with any grain is Egypt, which is like the world's superpower at the time. So Judah and his brothers have no choice but to make this long, desperate journey to basically beg for food. When they finally get there, they're brought in front of the second most powerful man in the entire Egyptian empire. Think about that. This is an imposing guy who holds their lives and their families' lives completely in his hands. And to them, he's just some powerful stranger. But here's the crazy part, the big twist. He's not a stranger at all. This powerful Egyptian governor is Joseph, the very same brother they sold into slavery all those years ago. He knows exactly who they are, but they have absolutely no clue. Talk about the tables being turned. So Joseph decides to put them to the test. He's got to know, have they changed? Or are they still the same selfish guys who sold him out for a quick buck? So he masterminds this trap. He has his own personal silver cup secretly planted in the grain sack of the youngest brother, Benjamin. Then he sends his guards to chase them down and catch the thief. And this is the moment of truth. Benjamin stands accused. The punishment? Slavery. The rest of the brothers are told they can go free, but they'd have to leave Benjamin behind. So the question is just hanging there in the air. Would the man who sold one brother just do it again? Would he abandon another one to save his own skin? And what happens next? Man, it's everything. It's the climax of this whole epic story. It's the moment that defines Judah, not by who he was, but by the man he had become. Instead of running, Judah steps forward. He speaks for everyone. He offers himself up in Benjamin's place. And he says these incredible words, pleading, "How can I go back to my father if the boy is not with me?" You can feel the anguish. He simply cannot bear the thought of breaking his father's heart a second time. And right there, that's the price of his redemption. It's not an apology. It's not an excuse. It is one life offered for another. He's willing to pay the exact price he forced his brother to pay, a life of slavery, to make things right. You know, we talk about accountability all the time, but this is what it actually looks like. It's so much more than just admitting you messed up. It's the active, personal willingness to bear the full cost of repairing the damage you caused. That's the bedrock of real character. That's true leadership. So when you trace Judah's path, you see this absolutely incredible transformation. He goes from being the betrayer to being the protector. He moves from pure self-interest to total self-sacrifice, from a chilling indifference to a deep, profound sense of responsibility. In this one act, Judah shows us what it really means to lead. You take the hit for someone else.
Which leaves all of us with a pretty powerful question to think about. Judah's story proves that redemption isn't cheap. It's not easy. It demanded everything he had. And it kind of forces us to ask ourselves, what does it truly cost to redeem a past mistake? Something to think about.